computer. Welcome to Healthy Living Inspirations, Thursday night, August the 14th, 2025, where we are learning how to live healthy, even though we're living in a toxic world. I am going to share I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint here, and we're going to talk about the brand new product that is quite amazing called FIBERFULL. Now, this is something that Europe has had for quite some time now. And I want thumbs up to tell me that you can actually see the slide. Can you see the slides?
Yes.
All right. So everybody can see the slides.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, thumbs up. Fantastic. Thank you so much. All right. Tonight's class, believe it or not, is going to be very sweet, to the point. I'm going to be doing some future classes about, just to give you some teasers, I'm going to do a class on quality under 20, and it's all the wonderful formulas that Neolife has under $20. And then I'm going to do another class on the power of the mind. We're going to have the power of the thoughts, the power of the mind, the power of your words. And it's just, I've been listening to these amazing neuroscientists, and the Lord's just given me a download of scripture and a download of information and messages. So we're going to start here about our brand new. It was just launched in July, and we're very excited about it. And we're going to be able to share with you why we are so excited. Number one, 90% of American population is deficient in fiber. Now, fiber is not considered a nutrient like protein, carbs, and fats. It's not a vitamin. It's not a mineral, but it plays a part in your health. And we're going to learn tonight about the part that fiber does play. We're also going to learn about the fact that you can actually get too much fiber, and there's some people that don't need any fiber. It all depends upon your condition of your gut health, and if you've already done some damage, then too much fiber might be too much for you. So I'm going to talk about all of that. So, but over 90% of Americans are deficient in fiber. But it plays a key role in normal elimination, also promotes a healthy microbiome. And that's the big buzz right now, is a healthy gut bacteria. Well, we're talking about, planting those good gut colonies, but they got to feed on something in order to reproduce, right? And so fiber is something that they feed on to reproduce. Beneficial microbes in the intestines. Neolife has now introduced a new tablet fiber. We had a powder fiber that sometimes we would add to our protein shake, but now it is convenient tablets. When I first started Neolife, we had an alfalfa fiber tablet. And it worked great because it was loaded with minerals. It worked great for upper respiratory issues, allergies, adding fiber, adding minerals to the body. And then we quit making it. Well, I asked the scientist one time why we quit making that amazing, wonderful alfalfa tablets. And he told me that they could no longer secure a clean quality source of alfalfa. So therefore, they quit making it. Well, that's our policy. That is our philosophy, is if we can't make top quality, we won't make it at all. Oh my goodness. So we just came out with a top quality fiber, and we're going to learn about it tonight. Not all fiber is equal, really. Now, how many of you have been down the cereal aisles? And when you hear Louis talk, Most people will say, I never want to eat another box cereal in my life. Why? Because cereal isn't really a compatible protein to the body. So what are the big selling points of cereal today? Fiber, right? But they did a analysis and a test on all these cereals that claim to be high fiber cereals, good for your gut, good for your heart, good for this, good for that. And they found that 1/3 of those cereals did not have even 1 gram of fiber in them. Oh my goodness. Now, when I talk with people about, adding more bulk or adding more fiber to their diet, sometimes they'll tell me, well, my healthcare professional recommends Metamucil. And I just gotta cringe when they say that, because if you look at the ingredient list on the Metamucil, but number one, there's several class action lawsuits against Metamucil because they analyzed it in a lab and found it was high levels of lead found in Metamucil. Oh my goodness. And here is who the plaintiff was: a lawsuit against Procter & Gamble. Go figure. Uh-oh. And false advertising, because the label the product did not contain what was on the label. Go figure. What do we teach y'all here at our Bald Eagle team? We teach you about learning how to read labels and how to understand the marketing industry. So you're getting quality. Fine, because you deserve quality. The Metamucil lead content class action lawsuit was filed in the New York federal court. So a lot of your fiber, they lost the screen. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Then I'm going to go back. There. And then share again. Okay, how about now? Okay, just flip out, flip back. Okay. All right. Is there anybody else that I'm missing? Okay, thank you for letting me know. Yay. So a lot of fiber. I used to, after I had my first baby, I was severely constipated. I'll never forget going to the doctor and saying, can you help me? And she just said, well, eat some psyllium husk, and she kept telling me. So I would go to the health food store and I would buy these big, huge containers of psyllium husk. And I would just put them in big tablespoons and put them in my mouth and chuck them down with glasses of water, trying to move the bricks. Well, it didn't help very much. It actually made things worse. And then I started reading about, the concerns we have about psyllium husk, because if they're not fermented or sprouted correctly, they can actually do more damage in the gut than good. And guess what? A lot of the psyllium husk that is tested has lead in it. Consumerlab.com tests a lot of them, and they're finding a lot of lead in those. So, they also have on psyllium husk cancer warnings. And this is the reason why, because they found out that it has high amounts of lead, and lead causes cancer. Oh my goodness. 2 + 2 is 4. Probability. Or is that an absolute? Well, it's a probability and an absolute. It's both. So husk loaded with phytates, okay? So psyllium husk, if they're not properly done, where they're sprouted and they're fermented and properly done, where you take the husk off of them, because they come from a seed from the plantain family, and they're full of phytates. And if you know anything about oxalates and some of the others, they can cause inflammation. They can cause irritation. It can cause some problems in the guts. Now, the whole reason you're taking psyllium husk is to help your gut, not hurt your gut, harm your gut, or make things worse, right? So right here it says, Another big problem with psyllium husk is ground or flake seed husk contain large amounts of phytates if it's not done right or processed right. Phytic acid can also cause gastrointestinal distress in the form of flatulence. That's good. That's just a fancy way of saying I be a farter as I walk. I never will forget. I was 11 years old when I moved to Florida, and there's the cutest little lady that lived across the street from us. And she was a little elderly lady, and I would go over there and visit her, and she would whistle and she'd tell me stories, and we would watch the Waltons together. And she taught me how to make a smash burger, and then she taught me how to play cards. Oh yeah. And so but every time she'd get up out of the chair, she would just toot, 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 toot across the room. And she would just say, honey, it's just tough getting old. Because here I am, 11, 12 years old, you know. And I said, oh my goodness, I kind of, sort of, oh my goodness. All right, so who wants to take psyllium husk to try to eliminate some stuff? And all it does is blow you up and create more toots going across the room. No, not for me. Pain, bloating, overall discomfort, over time, permanent damage. Now, listen here. I know I did some permanent damage to my intestines when I took that not flax, but psyllium husk. And then when I got smart, because I gained more knowledge, I switched to flax seed. And I began to grind my own flax seed, which was gentler on the gut than the psyllium husk. But if you go to the store today and you find anything that's got fiber in it, look at the label. The main ingredient is going to be psyllium husk, and it's going to be the cheap kind. I guarantee it. A solution to this problem would be germinating psyllium-containing seeds before dehulling them. And companies just aren't going to go to this extent to do this. All right. So then let's take a look at fiber's biggest trend. Did you know that fiber is the biggest health trend of 2025? Oh my goodness, everybody is now running out. You ever see, you're scrolling on your Facebook and all of a sudden it says fiber, 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 and you're up TikTok and you got this one TikTok and another TikTok talking about fiber, fiber. Fiber is the new protein. Fiber is the new big deal. You gotta have fiber. Did you know? Does your probiotic have a prebiotic? Does it have fiber? Oh my goodness. So research is pointing to boosting your microbiome, protecting your heart, balancing your blood sugar levels, reducing your risk of bowel cancer. How many? I can't tell you. Every day I'm getting a report of somebody who's got anal cancer, colorectal cancer every single day. Young people, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds getting this particular cancer. There's a reason for that. And so 2025, it is one of the biggest health buzzes. So now everybody's going to sell their version of fiber. Unlike other carbs, which are absorbed in the small intestine, fiber actually passes through the small intestines, going through the gut into the large intestines, where it is broken down into microbacteria to feed your good gut bacteria. And these clever microbes do just use fiber for energy. They also unlock beneficial fiber byproducts. Now, here's where you have to have a base ingredient that actually has a chain loop reaction that sets off positive links to help all of your body systems. And guess what? Fiber is now being researched to link to all of your body's systems and helping all your body's systems. It can positively influence your gut, your brain, from your gut to your brain to your gut brain. And the list of reasons. And so it continues to go on and on and on. We're going to go over some of them. Reasons for fiber. A rich fiber diet reduces the risk of diverticulitis. Anything that ends in itis is an inflammatory issue. The problem is, unfortunately, once you have an attack, you cannot have fiber because you are on the other side. You've been deficient in fiber. And so you create these little pockets in your intestines that gets food stuck in there. And then when food gets stuck in there, it causes inflammation. And then when that inflammation rises, it can cause an attack. And oh my goodness, I have never had this, but the stories I hear, in fact, one of Denisha's team just had an attack the other day, and I sent her a whole menu on what to do. And so once you get diverticulitis, you can't take fiber, but diverticulitis is a result of not getting enough fiber. Does that make sense? Oh my goodness, hemorrhoids. All right, so you want to reduce and be on the side of prevention when it comes to diverticulitis, hemorrhoids, and even colon cancer. And I'm just quoting studies that have been done by Dr. Lawrence Brandt and gastroenterologist. He said fiber helps maintain a healthy gut microbiome, but plays a very serious role in digestion and immune defense. You mean fiber plays a role in my immune defense? Wow. Recent studies have linked fiber to helping maintain a healthy body weight. Oh my goodness. This might be the missing component. Do you know if you go all the way back to all of our weight loss programs, they all contain some kind of fiber in them. Taking these fiber pills, taking this powder that contains a lot of fiber in it. Why? Because it helps you to feel fuller longer. And remember, it goes through the small intestines and then it camps out in the large intestines in order to feed the good gut bacteria. But as it travels through, it's collecting a lot of toxins. It's collecting and bonding with a lot of, let's say, bowel leftovers that seem to line the small intestines and the colon. But the recent study showing how it helps in weight reduction. Research shows that fiber intake increases. When you increase the fiber, weight and body fat tend to be reduced. These are studies that they've done to show you that this might be the missing component. This is one of the things that I love about our Neolife Shake is because it does have the 5 grams of fiber in it, and it's the whole family. We're going to talk about that. Although the fiber mechanisms are completely clear, fiber takes longer to digest and helps you feel fuller longer. So in other words, they're still studying about this. How many here know that nobody knows everything? Okay, we all agree that science is a theories collected, connecting the dots and observation and coming to a theoretic conclusion so that you can base something on how to live a better lifestyle, right? But how many here know that it's subject to change? It's always subject to change. Why? Not because necessarily that things change all the time, but because we as man is discovering what God created in the beginning. So in other words, we don't even know the full ramifications of why fiber really works to reduce weight in people that take it. But we do know this one factor for a fact, that it does help the body, the stomach, feel fuller longer. And one of the scientists that shared at Summit talked about the latest GLP-1 shot that everybody's taking for weight loss, that it actually helps to activate that naturally in the gut. Whoa, with zero side effects. Now that is super duper awesome. Welcome, Janet. So there is glowing evidence that a healthy gut microbiota fueled by fiber can produce neurotransmitters like serotonin, GABA, and these are neuroscientists that are discovering, oh my goodness, when you make your gut happy, then your brain starts to be elevated and get happier. When you dump a lot of sugar and a lot of carbs in your gut, then your gut says, oh, what did you just do? Because you're killing off good colonies and you're promoting some of the bad guys in their colonies, and the good guys can't outpower the bad guys because the bad guys are the ones getting the most food. So fiber actually soaks up a lot of that glycemic index, a lot of the sugars and the carbs, and actually can produce the gut bacteria that sends messages to the brain, be happy, don't worry, be happy. Was that little song, Don't Worry, Be Happy? Reduces inflammation. If you can reduce somebody's inflammation, you making them more happy. So these are happy tablets. These are, I just call them fiber full of happiness. These are happy tablets. Chronic kind of inflammation is what we turns into more severe issues, like chronic diseases, like arthritis and Alzheimer's. But they find that high fiber diets have been shown to lower levels of C-reactive protein, which is your markers for inflammatory index. So think of protein as your builder. This is one Dr. Katz, and fiber as your caretaker. So in other words, what does a caretaker do? He takes care of the debris. He's like your trash collector, but not only a trash collector, but it's like a fertilizer on your soil. So it's a fertilizer in the gut to promote good gut bacteria. At the same time, it's going to take out the trash. Oh my goodness, you get 2 for 1. And then it stays in the stomach and doesn't blow you up, but it makes you feel fuller faster so that you're not eating that third something that you don't need to be eating a number 1 on. So that you can go to the bathroom and have a nice number 2. So, and empty out of the bloating. Reasons to get fiber in you. Fiber is not just for digestion. It's a powerful nutrient that influences nearly every system in the body, including metabolism, immunity, and even brain function. And that was by a doctor named Joanne Slavin, a registered dietitian and professor of nutrition science. Rising chronic illness and gut disorders. This is another reason why fiber is the big trend for 2025, because gut issues are on the rise. People are having attacks in the gut, diarrhea, chronic constipation, chronic diarrhea, diverticulitis, diverticulosis, Crohn's, all of those, colitis, all of those issues because of damage, overall long-term damage, a deficiency in fiber. Because one, when you don't take out the garbage and when you don't fertilize the good guys, then garbage builds up and the bad guys win the battle. It's real simple. So wait a minute, there's something else that's on the rise. Type 2 diabetes, obesity, and digestive disorders are increasing globally. And fiber has been seen to be a preventative tool, and its ability to modulate blood glucose and improve regularity makes it a natural solution. Oh my goodness. a natural solution for under 20. Oh my goodness. Key benefits for under 20, quality for under 20. Industry investment in prebiotic foods. We see that the industry is going crazy with kombucha drinks. They're going crazy with all these drinks saying it's got, prebiotics or probiotics in them. Why? Because they study this analysis. They know this long before. They see the trends coming down the pipe because they know the kinds of foods Americans eating, and they know the kinds of diseases that you get from the foods that you're eating. So they prepare ahead of time, their product they're going to sell you to try to, resolve the conflict that your body's having. So you can see that yogurt has probiotics in them now. Cereals, now you can buy cereal full of probiotics. Oh my goodness. Snack bars, all kinds of you notice the shelf in the health food store is getting bigger and bigger with digestive issues. It's like years ago, they only had one small section for protein. Now you go into Publix, they got an entire aisle dedicated to protein shakes. Oh, wow. Now you're starting to see they have a small section for prebiotics, probiotics, gut issues, digestive enzymes, and things that help the digestion. Now you see the shelf growing bigger and bigger and bigger. That's because China's capitalizing on all those products. Ta-da! Introducing Neolife FIBERFUll. The Neolife FIBERFUll is a convenient on-the-go fiber tablet made from whole food-based sources. With the vast majority of people falling short daily of fiber recommendations, FIBERFUll offers an easy way to add some extra fiber to the diet anytime, anywhere. The key information on the new fiber product is complete fiber. What does that mean? That means it's not psyllium husk alone. It is actually the whole family. This is part of Neolife's philosophy. Is we want the whole family. Why? If God created it in nature as a whole family, odds are your body needs it as a whole family profile. So a complete family profile, providing both soluble and insoluble fiber to support digestive health. Whole food-based fiber sources, including rice, oat, barley, soy, apple, and orange. There's apple pectin in it. I always, when I was looking in health food stores way before my Neolife years, I would always want to get a fiber that had apple pectin in it. I knew that much. Apple pectin. I didn't want to get one that was just psyllium husk. I wanted apple pectin. I wanted some figs or some dates or something that had fiber from food rather than just psyllium husk. Well, fiber can help promote feelings of fullness when taken with a large glass of water before meals. I will tell you this, you will need to drink a glass of water when you take these. You will need to drink plenty of water. Feeds good gut bacteria. We talked about that. Soluble fiber acts as a prebiotic nourishing benefit. Microbials for healthy gut. Nourishes colon cells. And where is the cancer? Mostly in the colon. Why? Because it's the colon that draws out all the water. It's the colon that draws out the nutrients out of the food. It completes the digestive process. It's separating the debris, the fecal matter from your nutrition. It draws the water, and we need a continuous work of good gut bacteria in that area, and we need a good broom. They're trying to sweep their driveway with a funky broom. I can't stand it. I got one at home, almost threw it out, that, you know how when the head breaks away from the handle and the head goes flying when you lift it. And then you try to nail it in, you try to rig it up. All right. So you need a good broom that's going to sweep out that colon And you need it to be a fermentable, soluble fiber that is broken down in the colon in short chain fatty acids. I can tell you how important this is. It's not just psyllium husk that just kind of cut their slice and dice their way through your colon. This is strategic foods that give us the fermentable, soluble fiber that's going to clean out the colon and produce the short chain fatty acids. You should do your research on short chain fatty acids. Yeah, I mean, it is a #1 anti-inflammatory factor, which support colon health. Where do you get colon cancer? Is chronic inflammation in the colon and and slow digestion and toxins lingering too long and feeding bad bacteria. Oh my goodness. So the benefits of dietary fiber again, fiber is a complex carb found in plant-based foods that passes through the digestive system without being fully broken down. Okay, I think I already shared that. But they are associated with a wide range of benefits, including having regular bowel movements, relieving occasional constipation, supporting a healthy gut and colon, aiding in weight management, promoting heart health, helping maintain healthy blood pressure levels, supporting healthy cholesterol levels, and helping maintain steady blood sugar levels. Oh my goodness, does this name so many systems in the body? Your circulatory system, your neurological system, your gut system, your digestive system, your metabolic system, your immunity system. Oh my goodness, it covers a lot. So fiberful difference. 2 types of fiber are in this amazing happy tablet. There are 2 types of fiber, insoluble and soluble. So one comes in like a gel, and that gel collects the debris. It's like my mother used to be a janitor at a school. And I was a little girl, and I used to sometimes go with her because she would, of course, clean after school. And they would use these wide mop-looking things, and I would help shift the chairs over, the desk over, and then she would go down the aisle with that white. But she would always sprinkle something in front of it that would maintain the dust or collect the dirt or the sand that was on the floor. And the purpose was to help collect the dust and the sand part and the dirt particles. Well, it's the same thing with a soluble fiber is the gel that goes in and collects it, and then the insoluble fiber is like the glove that swoops it up. So you got the gel collects it, and you got the glove that is the broom that comes in and sweeps it up. So they work together as a family. Both are important and offer unique benefits. Insoluble fiber adds a bulk to the stool and helps food to move more easily through the digestive tract, promoting regular bowel movements and helping to prevent occasional constipation. Soluble fiber dissolves in water to form a gel-like substance, slows digestion, and helps minimize blood sugar spikes. This is where when you do have that occasional party cake or holiday pie, notice I'm not saying we're doing this on a daily basis, but it's able actually to bring it down because it's slowing down the release of that sugar into the bloodstream. So if you're eating anything that I'm not going to recommend, I recommend taking 4 of these and drinking a glass of water. Minimizing blood sugar spikes. And it's used as a prebiotic, feeding beneficial gut bacteria. When broken down, these bacteria in the colon, it produces short chain fatty acids. I can't stress that enough. I probably need to do a class on short chain fatty acids that benefit the colon and your immunity and all of your metabolic processes. So it supports digestive regularity. Now, who needs digestive regularity? I would say every single mobile home park in the state of Florida, we could sell a bottle to knock, knock, you need this, $20. Knock, knock, you need this, $20. Oh my goodness. Everybody needs it. One of their big questions at all the retirement communities when they get in the pool, I haven't had a bowel movement in 4 days. How about me? 4 weeks. Oh my goodness. And so, but I'm hearing even phone calls of children having terrible bowel issues of constipation, which shouldn't be, but it usually is caused from an antibiotic that's been taken. And so, but supports digestive regularity, supports healthy appetite and digestion. So you don't go for that second, third, and fourth cookie that you shouldn't be going for the first one to begin with. Feeds beneficial gut bacteria. Can't stress that enough. Whole food fiber for 6 plant-based sources. So the Neolite draws from 6 plant food sources for our soluble and insoluble. It's not just a bottle of psyllium husk. Helps nourish colon cells. So in other words, in your colon, it will nourish the cells and be a gentle broom, collect, and then sweep, and then fertilize and feed the good microbiome. It is dairy-free. It is vegan-friendly. It is GMO-free. It is dairy-free. It is vegan. And every batch is tested for purity and potency. Hello. You want to talk about quality under 20? This is quality. Big bang for your buck for under 20. Amazing. Why convenient fiber that matters? So in other words, why did we go from a powder to a tablet, adding the tablet? Mainly because people's lifestyle is so on the go. And if they don't want to put an extra fiber in their protein shake, and I do like our powder protein because you can use it in baking. You can use it to bake muffins. You can use it to bake different short breads. You can use it to bake pancakes, keto pancakes, things like that. You can use our fiber in. You can actually use our fiber to thicken soup. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. So let's be honest, even the healthiest intentions don't always make it to your plate. Between school runs, packed schedules, everything in between, getting enough fiber just isn't easy. It slips through the cracks. That's why FIBERFULL is designed to grab it, take it, put it in your bag, and on the go, pop 2 in your mouth, drink a glass of water. You're going to have a great bowel movement for the day. That's why FIBERFULL is designed to for active lifestyles, no mixing, no mess, just simple, convenient, go with you anywhere, support your digestion. And so I love this, where it talks about 6 whole food based sources, supports appetite, regularity and digestion, soluble, insoluble. You can actually find this on the Neolife Facebook. I love this little photo here that you can take a snapshot of it and send it to your friends and just send your link and say, if you want to place an order, it is a fantastic product that does all of these wonderful things. Prebiotic soluble. So I love it. I love it. Are you getting enough fiber? Remember, over 90% of Americans are not getting enough fiber. You know how we know? Because more and more people are getting diverticulitis. All right. And other colon issues, cancers, and all kinds of colon issues because they didn't have enough fiber in their diet to begin with. So, what is it? A convenient, made from sources like rice, oats, apples, and oranges. I'm so happy to see that there's no psyllium husk in it. How about that? More than okay. So, modern diets are packed with ultra processed foods, strip away the rich fiber ingredients. The results is growing gut. A lot of times they're putting sawdust into the products, the box products, into our breads that say high fiber bread. You'll find it's cellulose. And a lot of the sources of cellulose is just sawdust. So I don't know about you, but I don't want sawdust as my fiber because I'd much rather have my fiber sources of rice, oats, apples, and oranges. Have people been eating oats, rice, apples, and oranges for a long time? Have they been eating for a long time? They most certainly have. How long has man been eating sawdust? Since they put it in your food from big food industry. I don't think you'll ever find in history where man had a plate and a woman fed her family sawdust. I mean, the only time that we started eating sawdust was when big food corporations started putting it in our food and calling it fiber, calling it bulk up fiber. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to play a quick video here. Let's see if we can get it playing.
The most underrated health upgrade? Fiber. No, seriously, when your gut's off, your whole day is too. Over 90% of us don't get enough. And fiber, it's not just about going. It supports digestion, regularity, and helps you feel full. This is fiber that works overtime. Meet FIBERFULL. Better fiber from better ingredients. Fiber from 6 whole food-derived sources. Insoluble fiber to help keep you regular, and soluble fiber to feed your gut with prebiotic power, fueling the good microorganisms your body actually needs. GMO-free, vegan, dairy-free. Every batch tested for purity and potency. And yes, it helps you go. Designed for daily life, just grab and go. Support your gut, feed the good bacteria, feel better from the inside out. Because wellness doesn't start in the gym. It starts in your gut. FIBERFULL. Daily support, total wellness. Take it daily and take control. Ready to go?
Wow, I love that. Ready to go? Ready to go? I'd say, are you ready to let go? Are you ready to let go of some poo-poo? Are you really ready to let go of some doo-doo? Are you ready to let go of some shoo-shoo? Are you ready to let go of some bad guys? Are we ready to clean out our pockets? I guarantee you some of y'all have some pockets in that colon. Are you ready to clean out those pockets? Wow. So I am actually going to play a testimony here. Miss Terry that shared, some of you were here on Saturday, but I want to play it again because it was very, very good.
Weeks. Been almost 3 weeks now. Two. My A1's, my daily sugar level has gone from averaging between 170 and 180 to between 140 and 145 in 2 weeks.
And what are you taking?
The FIBERFULL 4 a day before a meal. Make sure you drink your water and drink that water with it. I cannot believe the difference. And from what I understand, from what they taught us at the convention, Ozempic, which I was also on and killed my bowels. That's a long story, you don't know. But Ozempic is a synthetic form of the GLP-1. Okay, it's once again, like Louis talks about, it's not what our bodies can use because it's an unmatched, our bodies doesn't recognize it. The FIBERFULL helps your body produce GLP-1 naturally, which is the hormone I've been missing. And that's why my sugar levels were not able to come down, because that's what it needed. That tells your body, it recognizes that what you have in your blood, that you don't need more sugar. And so your body doesn't keep releasing it. Without the GLP-1 hormone, your body doesn't always recognize it thinks that you need more sugar. So we get, your pancreas release gives more sugar, and then your sugar level goes up. And so this FIBERFULL is, it was the key I needed. And it was funny that I said that, and Jennifer just kind of looked at me like, maybe, but they did. And it is, if you have any kind of problem, and it's hormonal related, all my problems, menopause and my sugar issues all started at the same time. And it was all probably, besides a lot of other toxins and etc., was because of this hormone I was missing in my body. So if I would have had Neolife back then, I probably wouldn't have become diabetic. So I'm very thankful. So I'll answer the questions. Now,
All right. That is a disclaimer. We do not claim that we heal, cure, prevent any kind of disease. But Terry was sharing on one of her results after taking 4 of the tablets of fiber. And so I am going to,
please.
all right. I'm actually going to stop here because I had another video, but it's 30 minutes long and I've been in for about an hour. So I'm going to shut down the stop pausing. Thank you so much for joining us and learning about the new FIBERFULL.